Hi guys, it's Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Although I believe this video will be posting at the end of November, maybe beginning of December. My hair is fading out a lot. At least the pink part is. It's almost looking kind of grayish. Although I don't think I'm gonna dye it this week. I've just got lots of things going on this week. Gosh, yesterday was so busy. You know that over functioning thing I do? Oh, because it was my day off and the weather was nice. It was supposed to rain today. Today I also have today off, but I needed to get a bunch of work outside done. So that's what I did. We had a bunch of like old furniture that we're getting rid of, old bed frames and wood from projects that we did, like leftover stuff like plywood and like big chunks of unusable wood, and our old gutters too that were obviously not wood, those were plastic. And we had to, like, Rob had just kind of like piled everything up in the front yard, and so that needed to be gotten rid of. And so I did that. I took out the chop saw and I got rid of stuff. I don't know if it's called the chop saw. It's the circle one. I know how to use them. I just don't know what they're called. I mean, I've literally built floors, the hardwood floors in my house. I'm the one that did those. So, like, I know what I'm doing. I just don't remember what the stupid machines are called. Anyway, I would say it took me about an hour and a half. By the time I was done, I was like dripping with sweat and covered in sawdust. During that time, also, Robbie had sort of like freaked out because he doesn't have health insurance currently. And so I told him to go onto our state website to apply for health insurance, but somehow he ended up on a completely different page and managed to sign himself up for two different very scammy insurance plans. When I took a look at it, I was like, these are scams, guys. This is not good. So I had him call back both companies, and also, like, his phone was getting like absolutely blown up with other scammy insurance agents calling. Put his phone number on the do not call list. So the calls have stopped now, thankfully. But he was getting so many spammy calls, and he signed up for two of them. One of them we were able to cancel really easily. They were like, okay, no problem. And they canceled it, gave him his money back. The other one, the guy got extremely aggressive, started like talking down to him, telling him, oh, you don't know what you're doing, I'm your only option, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Robbie ended up, the first time, he caved in and like hung up, and I was like, no, we're gonna call that guy back. And she called him back, and basically this guy was taking advantage of him because he's young, and Robbie got kind of stuck on a loop where he's just like not able to get any words out because this guy's talking over him. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I took his phone and I told the guy, I'm like, look, you're taking advantage of my 19-year-old. He's an Army veteran, he has PTSD. You need to stop. And he starts going off on me, and I was like, absolutely not. I said, you're gonna cancel this plan. You're gonna stop calling my boy, and you are going to, or I'm gonna get the government on your ass because you are a scammer. You are very much being very scammy right now. Anyway, the guy kind of had a tantrum, but he knew he wasn't getting anywhere with me. So he finally did give in. And he's like, fine, I'll cancel the plan. But they still charged him. So now we're dealing with the credit card company and trying to get those charges reversed. And if he still ends up having to pay the almost $400 that they charged him, whatever, I told Robbie I'm going to cover it because he can't afford it right now. And I was like, no, figure it out. And I was like, no, you need to work on healing. I know that's what you need to do. You need to focus on healing and don't worry about the money. I'll take care of it. And but it was this whole thing. And then I went on to the actual government site and helped him put the paperwork in that he actually was supposed to put in. So we did that, and then the kids really wanted to go for a picnic. It was my day off, and the kids are like, Mom, we haven't gone on a picnic in a while. Let's go on a picnic. So I was like, okay. So took the kids down to the store. We went for a picnic, and this is something we've done millions of times. But Robbie was really stressing out and having a hard time with it, so we came home sooner than we normally would have. And the kids are all really, really understanding of everything that Robbie's going through. They completely understand that he's struggling right now and that things are going to be a little rough for him. So we came home, and then I needed to work on my garden because basically we're under early frost warnings, and yeah, I know for the end of August that's like really early, right? But it is what it is. So I decided, okay, well, I need to bring my vegetables in, otherwise they're basically gonna be destroyed by the frost, and I don't want that. So that's kind of one of the downsides of living so far north. We don't have a long growing season, and like almost always I have to bring my tomatoes in early, and so most of them don't ripen on the vine. So anyway, so the kids were all playing video games together, which was really cute, and I went out and harvested and tore down my whole garden. That took about an hour and a half. A lot of work, because I basically harvest everything, and you gotta take down like the vines and stuff, and all of that. So I did all of that and put all the rest of the plants after I dug them up and stuff, put them in my compost. And I did the lower garden, but not the upper box where I have like my root vegetables. I have those up higher just because I have a raised garden that's like as tall as me, and then I have my lower garden that's just like a regular garden, but we built a big box, and the box is huge. It's almost the length of my house. And so I want to do blue in my arrows actually. So I got that all done. Got my lower garden cleared out. My upper garden doesn't get affected by frost as easily, so I left the carrots and the onions in the upper garden. I'll take care of that. Well, I wasn't going to take care of it today, but now it's raining, so I'll take care of that soon. that won't take very long because I don't have to, all I'm doing is pulling them up, not ripping them apart. But I harvested the zucchini and the cucumbers and the tomatoes. And I was wearing like arm guards because zucchini and cucumbers have spikes. And it gets in my skin and makes me all itchy and stuff. So I, covered my arms. But I got that done. And it's funny, the kids didn't even notice that's what I was doing because they were so like involved in their video games until I came in with the last bag of zucchini. And I was using those really big reusable shopping bags. I have so many of them that they're like covering my whole kitchen table. I'll probably text a friend of mine and give away a lot of my like extra vegetables. I used to try to can them, but I really don't like canning. And one year, all my canning stuff went bad. Like all the seals broke a few months after I canned them, and everything was like destroyed. And I was just like devastated. And then one year I freeze dried everything, but I didn't have a place to store it, so I put it in my shed. Don't do that. Even freeze dried food gets destroyed if it gets frozen or heated up too much. And that's what happened, and it all got ruined. So now I just give stuff away. Today I'm probably going to grind up some of the zucchini and make zucchini bread. But, I don't know yet. I probably should. I just don't really want to. Anyway, after I did that, then I got my weed whacker out, and so my backyard is completely fenced in, and I can't actually get my lawnmower back there, at least not easily. And when so when it needs done, I do it with the weed whacker, and part of that is also because the ground back there, half of it is always wet because we have a natural artesian spring that comes up under in our backyard, and so it's always wet, so you can't really push a lawnmower through it anyway. And then I also have a 45-degree angle hill where you can't put a lawnmower on that. If you do, it like flips over and everybody gets hurt, and you can't do that. So I have to do that with the weed whacker. And let me bring my eyeshadow up a little bit on this side. Anyway, so I did the flat part where it's always wet, and then basically my battery ran out because whoever used it last, which was me, I used it last, didn't plug it in because I used it in the for the saw, because we got those Ryobi tools that all have like interchangeable batteries. By the time I was done with that, my arms were shaking. So I was like, okay, I'm done with physical work for today. But I wasn't done. Because I got behind on folding and putting away the laundry again. That's the one job that I'm always like, I don't want to do it, so I leave it too long. I don't want to fold laundry every single time I do a load of laundry. I hate doing it. I know it needs to be done. I know I need to do it. And I kind of procrastinate on that one. So I got that done. It took about an hour. No, I took a shower first and then I did that. And when Rob got home from work, he had this weird schedule yesterday where he worked most of the day and then he had to go back in at 6. So he comes home from work at like 3 and he went and took a nap. And Then he went back to work. Well, by the time he came home, I was exhausted, you know. He got home around like 8. I got kids ready for bed. And I went and laid down at about 9. He comes in the bedroom and he's like, "Why are you so tired already?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And he's like, "Well, we were up at the same time and I'm not tired." I'm like, "You took a several hour nap." He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." Really? Okay then. But yeah, it was a very, very busy day. Now today, I was supposed to start my new job today, but I haven't gotten my results read from the TB test yet. I have that at 9, and they decided to not have me start the same day. So I'll start my new job on Friday because it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday job. And then my schedule with my other client changed. So instead of instead of Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, it's now I now have Tuesdays off, and so my hours are just a little different. And some of the days, like Wednesdays and Fridays, I'll be working 4 hours with one client and then 4 hours with the other, which is fine. You know, it's just just what it is, and I don't mind because then on my days off I have more time to do like the homeschooling with the kids in the morning instead of waiting till evening. And Robbie's here with the kids, so he also said that he's gonna help with homeschooling this year, and that's really nice. But yeah, today I'm going to go get my TB test read, and then there's a food truck coming to town, so I'm gonna go check that out. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna be chilling out today. I don't have anything else going on. I might be walking a dog, but with the rain, I'm not so sure. So anyway, I'll see you all real soon.